So your Samsung washing machine is giving you this problem where you have this SE on the display. It's actually a 5E. But in today's video, we're going to show you how to fix this, because your washing machine is now stuck in the middle of the cycle. It can't drain and it just shuts off. Now, this same fix I'm about to show you will also work with LG washers that show the OE error message. And the reason why it's the same solution is because the drain part that we have to look at here is in the same spot on both washers, behind the little front panel. And this may also work for other brands as well. There's actually 7 different possible causes for this. But what I want to do first is show you the most common cause here and the quick 60-second fix for you, because this is probably going to affect 90% of you out there. And you're going to be thinking, Jeff, man, I can't believe it was just this simple, man. You saved me hundreds of dollars. And it really is quick. It's a 1-minute fix. So here's what you do. So for 90% of you out there, your fix for the Samsung SE display problem is going to be right inside this panel here. Now, I always unplug my appliances no matter what I do. You always have to think safety first, because you never know what could happen. There could be an error in the manufacturing and the chassis might not be grounded right, or there's a short against the chassis inside and you don't want to get shocked. So always unplug it. And besides, unplugging your washing machine will help prevent it from remembering the error message when it goes back on. And ironically, folks, right here on the sticker on the panel, it says be sure to clean every 2 months and then put it back in and close the door. Well, I confirmed with the owner that after 5 years of ownership, they have not changed or cleaned out this filter, not even once in that 5 years. So we're going to have to fix that right now. So push it on the top of the panel with your thumb and see how it just clicks open just like that. Then you just lower down the panel, and there is your drain filter right there, and then there's the black rubber hose right next to it. Now you can see with this particular washer, it's resting on top of a pedestal here, which is nice. So now when you pull out the drain hose, you can just let it drain into this little pan that we've got right here. So you want to make sure you have a pan ready to go. So elevated or not, you still want to have a pan ready to catch all of that excess water from the black rubber hose. So the hose is stuck in a little clip right there, and you just want to unclip it and pull the black hose out. Once you have the drain hose out, just unscrew and pull out the cap there, and any water that's left in there will start to drain out. There you go, see? So you just let it all drain out. Things like Austin Powers, you know? Just like Austin Powers.
Evacuation complete. Complete. Evacuation complete. Evacuation complete. Complete. Evacuation complete.
This is more like Austin Powers than we thought. Now that the washing machine drain hose is done draining, we can unscrew the filter to the left. Give it a good push inward and turn to the left. And here it comes out, and wow, the first thing you'll notice is that if it's full like this is how heavy it is, because it's just filled into the center with everything. No wonder the water didn't drain. Look, you even got a piece of paper in here. Let's get rid of that. Are you kidding? Is that a coin? I found a coin in here, dudes. Look at this, some kind of a plastic wrapper. Nice. There's another plastic wrapper. A whole bunch of hair and lint and stuff. See, look at this, man, and even after shaking it out, there's still, you can see, quite a bit of stuff in there. And as we survey the debris field here, folks, check this out. This looks like where the OceanGate Titan submersible landed on the bottom of the ocean floor next to the Titanic shipwreck there after it imploded. Now here's what's shocking here. Look at this. This is the bottom part of a pen. That was found inside the filter there. Oh, love that one. Find some good stuff here. Look, you got a coin down there, and all the rest is just like wrappers and lint and all sorts of other gooky stuff. I'm going to make sure I wash my hands real good after this. Now, as I mentioned before, this is why you need that cloth, because you have to wipe down water that got out all over the place there, and of course the inside of the panel and then inside the housing there. But remember, folks, your work is not done here. Don't think you've solved the problem yet, because you haven't. Because if you have to inspect all the way back into where the hose is behind the pump. See that blue back there? That's a piece of blue tape that's stuck. We have to go and get that now. Okay, now here we are a few minutes later. I just took it outside and put my scrub daddy to work there. So you can see now we got the filter is nicely clean. The basket there, this is what it's supposed to look like. Now you can use Lysol wipes or any type of soapy wipes, and I like to jam it in there with the screwdriver and just move it around to clean up all of the stuff. Sometimes you have to go directly on it with the screwdriver. See, there's a big chunk I pulled out there. Okay, so remember that piece of blue tape I showed you that we found there? So I've gotten my Craftsman grabbing tool. So this comes out of their little grabbing kit that I'll show you in a minute. But this is a great little gooseneck-like tool to have, because you push on the spring end and it grabs the item at the other end with a grabber. See, it pulls right out. You can see what an excellent job that little grabber does here, pulling this piece of blue tape out. So that's why I love having a tool like this around. It's just so invaluable there, because how else would you have gotten that blue tape out of there? Okay, so that tool I just showed you comes out of this useful Craftsman kit here. I bought this a couple of years ago. This is such a valuable kit. I think everybody should have this. And I'll tell you why. It's got the 2-inch mirror here, and it also has the telescopic magnet, that pickup tool. So you can use this to retrieve a screw that you might have dropped deep somewhere. I love this one. And then, of course, this one you just saw me use now, the little grabber. I mean, every household should have a kit like this, but here's how the grabber works. See that? You stick it into a hard-to-get-at place like you saw me do there, and it just grabs anything. I'll put a link to this toolkit down in the video description below there, and if I can get it to show up on the View Products button on the lower part of your screen, we'll do that too. Now, to put everything back together, you start by putting the cap back onto the black rubber hose and turn to the right as you push all the way in and make sure it goes in nice and tight so it doesn't leak. Next, you take the basket and you just put it right back into where you took it out from, and you turn it all the way to the right and keep turning until you hear it clicking. If it's all the way in, you'll hear it click. That's how you know you're done. Then you just close the panel and let it click. And don't forget to do this every 2 months. And as long as you do that, this will be a 60-second maintenance item instead of a 10 minutes maintenance item. But let it go for 5 years and you'll spend some time outside with the hose and the scrubber. One other thing that you should be aware of too, with the front-loading washer doors, you are supposed to leave them open. Okay, you're not supposed to shut them and seal them all the way, because you want the air to come in and dry this out. Otherwise, you'll end up with all of this moldy gook right here. So this will have to be cleaned off as well. See that? In order to maintain proper drainage, you also want to make sure that your hose is going into the wall only between 6 inches and 8 inches. No deeper and no less. Otherwise, you could have siphoning issues and it just simply won't drain properly. So I'm measuring it here. And you want to make sure you're not sealed around the top. There needs to be air around here. Otherwise, it won't drain properly. There needs to be air behind water. So if you like this video here on the Samsung washer repair, you'll love my other 2 videos that I have on your dryer repair. So I have a very useful video up for you that if your dryer stops heating, we show you how to replace the heating element. I have saved tens of thousands of people from making multiple $100 repairs with that one. So you can see that video up here. And if you're still having problems with your dryer not blowing heat, I have another video, a newer video, that shows you 5 reasons why your dryer isn't blowing heat and how to fix it. And you'll see that video here. So thanks for joining us, and we'll see all of you on the next one.